Humming happily, Sammy tossed the contents of the pan for a bit to add some finishing touches to the breakfast he was preparing for him and his beloved boyfriend. There was a lot of reasons to smile that day. Shirabu's exams were finally over, and he could rest properly, and they could finally spend more time together. And on top of that, the sun was shining in through the windows, painting a beautiful day. What else was there to wish for? Just as he placed the last cup on the table, slightly disheveled-looking Shirabu emerged from their bedroom. Sammy snorted, ignoring the eye daggers being thrown at him. "Morning, sunshine. Did you sleep well?" As if anyone could sleep well with you snoring like a lumberjack next to them. "Excuse me, I don't snore." "Yeah, sure." Sammy pouted, but Shirabu didn't pay him any attention and sat to the table, eyeing the food like a hungry wolf. Sammy couldn't help but smile. He ruffled Shirabu's messy hair and kissed the top of his head before sitting down to his own meal. "Thank you for the food." They ate in relative silence. Shirabu looked much better now than in the last 2 weeks, and Sammy thanked the gods for that. His boyfriend had an unpleasant habit of neglecting his health during exams, and so Sammy took it as a personal duty to remind him to eat and sleep properly. But the long study sessions and a bigger workload in Sammy's work meant they didn't spend much time together recently, and Sammy, ever the touchy person, was starting to feel a bit anxious. "What would you say if I took you out today?" Shirabu stopped with the chopsticks halfway to his mouth. "You mean a date?" "Sure. I think we both deserve some rest and fun. You can choose whatever you want to do. My treat." Shirabu's eyes sparkled. "Great, I have a perfect place. When are we going?" "Eat your breakfast first, then we can plan." Shirabu made a grimace. "Sure, Mom." "Come on, you snail." Sammy rolled his eyes and smiled at pouting Shirabu tugging on his sleeve. "I would never expect you would be so eager to go into an amusement park." "Of course I would. We haven't been on a date in ages, and you are paying." Sammy groaned inwardly, already feeling his wallet getting lighter. But it took a single look at Shirabu's face, almost glowing with excitement, and all thoughts about going broke dissipated. After all, Shirabu deserved the best, and Sammy decided he kinda liked the more childlike side of his usually stoic boyfriend. "Hurry up, Eita! They have a cotton candy over there." Sammy sighed in a loving resignation. "Coming, love." "We should go to amusement parks more often." They sat on the bench near one of the roller coasters, munching on the second cotton candy and enjoying the warm evening sun. Sammy huffed. "Then you'll have to hurry up and become a doctor as soon as possible, because my pay won't be enough." Shirabu chuckled and tickled Sammy's cheek with a piece of cotton candy. "I'll treat you next time, you miser." Sammy rolled his eyes and bit off the offending piece of cotton candy, letting it melt on his tongue. "I'm not a miser, you are just hard to afford." "Well, excuse me for enjoying our date." Sammy laughed and gave him a quick peck on the cheek. "I'm glad you are. I love to see you happy. Much rather than seeing that zombie you become every time you study." He looked at Shirabu, feeling like a love-struck idiot. "I would spend everything I have if it made you smile, you know." Shirabu blushed and stuffed Sammy's mouth with a handful of sweets. "Don't say things like that. I feel like a gold digger." "Oh, believe me, you are as far away from being a gold digger as you can get. Besides, when you start working full-time, you will get paid much more than me." "Perhaps, but who knows? Maybe you'll get really famous by then. You'll be going around the world on tours, earning millions, spending all your free time with your fans, and I'll be your poor doctor boyfriend, waiting all alone for you to come home." "Kenji, even if that was the case, you know I would always come back to you, no matter how famous I might be." Shirabu sighed and laid his head on Sammy's shoulder. "And then the media will get hold of your love life. I can already see the headlines. Personal life of a rock star Semi-Eita. Is his boyfriend just after his money? Read more in this article that definitely isn't clickbait. Semi snorted and pulled him closer. I'll keep you a secret then. My beautiful and mysterious boyfriend that stole my heart in high school. Or I'll make sure to tell everyone you are with me for my irresistible charms and from the purest love. Oh God, please don't. I'll take the mysterious boyfriend. They stayed in a light hug for a peaceful, quiet moment, just enjoying each other's presence, when a call from the loudspeaker jolted Shirabu awake. Can we go on a Ferris wheel now? Semi froze. The giant wheel was one of the attractions he really wanted to avoid. Are you sure? I mean, it's just a wheel. Nothing exciting. Shirabu looked at him with his best puppy eyes. Please, Eita, I love Ferris wheels. And it's going to be so pretty now when the sun is setting. Even romantic. Semi clenched his hands to prevent them from shaking and sighed in defeat. He couldn't bring himself to ruin Shirabu's happiness. Alright, but just one ride. Shirabu skipped happily and grabbed Semi's hand, dragging him all the way to the wheel. Semi's heart was pounding hard, the image of being on the wheel making him slightly nauseous. It will be fine, it's just a big wheel, nothing to worry about. The mantra actually helped for a while, until he saw the giant steel construction in front of him. His heart sped up again, especially when he realized the wheel didn't have the modern cabins, but rather the old-school open cars. How high do you think it is? I would say about 70 meters. Why? Semi forced his voice to be calm. No reason. He shakily handed the money for the tickets to the cashier. His legs felt like made of lead when Shirabu dragged him to one of the cars. He clenched his hand around the metal bar on the side, his knuckles turning white and his breathing speeding up. The cars weren't old school just by design, but probably also by age, judging by all the creaking it made when they sat down. It's fine, just breathe, it's fine. Shirabu squeezed his hand, his eyes glinting in the last sun rays. Semi just hoped his hands weren't shaking too much. The wheel started to move up with a lot more creaking than Semi would like. He kept his gaze fixed on his knees, avoiding looking anywhere around that would remind him how far up from the ground they were already. He only glanced at Shirabu, who was apparently having a time of his life and was completely oblivious to Semi's suffering. Good. He's enjoying it. Don't ruin it for him. Slightly over the first quarter of the ride, the wheel suddenly came to a screeching stop. Semi convulsively grabbed onto the bar, his heart almost stopping as the car swayed in the air. Shirabu huffed and leaned over the railings. Looks like there's some problem with the people getting on. But at least we have a nice view, right? Semi let out a strangled whine, unable to form any words. Eita? Semi shook his head. Don't ruin it, don't ruin it, don't ruin it. Eita, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm fine. You obviously aren't. I've never seen you this pale before. Are you sick? No. Then what? Oh no, don't tell me you are scared of heights. You are, aren't you? Semi managed just a short nod. Small hands cupped his face, turning him to face Shirabu. Look at me, okay? Nowhere else, just keep your eyes on me. I'm with you. Nothing will happen. Semi did as he was told, forcing his brain to focus on Shirabu's face, on the delicate curve on his lips, and the big eyes reminding him of caramel, and the pretty nose, and... The wheel started to jerkily move again. Semi whimpered softly and squeezed his eyes shut. It's alright, I've got you. He pulled Semi closer, letting him hide his face in the crook of his neck while gently caressing his back and hair. It's fine, you are safe. It will be over soon, I promise. Tell me when we get lower? Of course. Keep your eyes closed, okay? Just a bit longer and we'll be down. Semi hugged Shirabu's waist tightly and prayed the wheel won't stop again. He was never this glad to stand on solid ground. He collapsed onto the nearest bench, breathing heavily while Shirabu explained the situation to the concerned staff. Damn you, Eita. Damn you and your baseless fears. Warm hands closed around his shaking ones as Shirabu kneeled in front of him. I'm sorry. Shirabu frowned. For what? I thought it will be fine, but the wheel is so tall and... Shirabu squeezed his hands and rubbed gentle circles into his skin. Why didn't you tell me you are scared of heights? I would never force you to go if I knew. I didn't want to ruin your fun. What? You look so happy and you said you love Ferris wheels, so I didn't want to ruin it for you. He looked up, his gaze hazy. I'm sorry, Kenji. I'm so sorry. Shirabu pressed a small kiss to his forehead and caressed his cheeks. You're such an idiot. I wanted to enjoy today with you, not cause you trauma. I wanted to go together because you like those stupid rom-com-like romantic things, but I would never propose it if I knew it will cause you so much pain. He made Semi look at him. Next time, tell me when you are scared of something. I swear I won't laugh at you, no matter how stupid you think it is. Semi let out a shuddered sigh and dried his eyes. He wrapped Shirabu in a tight hug. I will. I'm sorry. Stop apologizing. It's not your fault. But please, remember I'm not having fun if you aren't having fun. I will remember that. They waited until Semi's breathing evened. Better? Much. Thank you. Of course. Now, what do you think about going to that bistro in our street you like so much for a dinner? My treat this time. Semi smiled. I'd love that.